Hi guys, Happy New Year! I hope 2021 is better than 2020. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful, happy, prosperous, healthy, joyous New Year. Now, it is a rainy, gloomy, cold day. We've got the fireplace going, and I want to share with you this new piece that we got from Tractor Supply that holds wood, because my poor husband has been hauling in the wood with a bag, and we decided let's get something that we can put next to the fireplace to hold some wood. We ordered 2 cords of wood outside, and he goes and gathers it, stacks it near the front porch. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a little damp depending on the weather elements. So this is kind of nice to have because it kind of dries the wood. And when we're ready to start a fire, we just pull from there and voila. So, you know, when my husband mentioned having something to hold wood on the hearth, I went, oh my gosh, this is gonna look awful. I know you ladies know what I'm talking about. Sometimes when our husbands have ideas, we're like, oh my gosh. I went on the hunt for one that I thought would be pretty to go with our decor. And this is what we came up with. We found this at Tractor Supply. We also found similar ones on Amazon. So if I find some that are similar, I'll link them below because I think it's actually a cool decorating element as well as being functional. So when I thought about this piece, it actually becomes a decorating element. So even if you have a gas fireplace, having, you know, an item like this on your hearth gives it the element and feel of having a real wood burning fireplace. Not that one is better than the other, but it gives it that cozy feel for winter. So with the snap of a finger, I'm gonna have wood all piled in there for the next fire we have. And you'll see how cool it looks as a decorating element, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before I get the wood stacked, I wanna give you a quick look at what we're dealing with here. We have a large mantle and a long hearth. And there you can see the wood holder. And in just a moment, I'm going to show you how cool it looks. The wood burning fireplace insert we have is a Napoleon. Highly, highly recommend. It has a blower on it. So once we get the wood in there and a good roaring fire going, we hit the blower on, and you can do it low, medium, or high. And it really is efficient. It heats up the house. You can see we actually had to crack this door open, the slider open, because it got too warm in the house. So, but on a really cold night, it heats the whole house. It's amazing. So my husband brings the wood in this little bag, and then he starts to stack it. And he says what he tries to do is get a real flat surface, and then he stacks it up pretty high, and then he puts them up here. You can even find some interesting pieces of wood that gives it a cool decorating flair. Am I reaching just a bit? And guys, I know everybody is curious and wants to meet my husband, but he will not be in my videos. He says, that's your gig. I'm more than willing and ready to help. He says, just call me Shadow. And I said, okay. So Mr. Shadow, I'm gonna call him that, he just stacked the wood for me. We don't stack it to the top. We leave a little room so you can pull the wood out. But anyway, I think it looks pretty cool next to the fireplace. Now, I know there's always curiosity when you start watching any YouTube person and you wanna meet their whole family and get to know everybody, but my channel's really not about that if you think about it. I talk about my family all the time because they are my world. But in this day and age, I don't really want them coming on and being a part of this. This is more, for me, it's my passion for decorating. And so I hope you guys understand that. And also too, my husband's a very private person. He doesn't necessarily want to be broadcast on my channel. He's like, that's your thing, I consider this not only a hobby and it being fun, but I also consider it a job because it is so much work to film, edit, find music, tag everything, post it. It is a job for sure. So with that said, yeah, my husband is not going to be a part of my channel. Neither are my children very often. They'll pop in once in a while if we're doing like one of their bedrooms or we're doing some sort of cooking thing maybe. But other than that, it's all about this girl and her passion for decorating. My hubby says you guys are more than welcome to call him Mr. Shadow. He will sometimes sidekick with me and help me with certain things because he's very handy and I like having him around, you know, but he likes to be in the shadows, so to speak. I just wanted to mention that because I know so many of you are so sweet and you would love to meet him, but it's not gonna happen, guys. It's just not. I mean, he's not macho or anything, but he's like, no, I don't want to be in a decorating channel. No. But he does love you guys. He loves how sweet and kind you guys are to me, and he reads your comments sometimes, and he's like, they are such a nice group of people. So he's like, you are so blessed. This leads me to my next thing I forgot to mention, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for subscribing and sticking it out with this girl. I was sitting here Christmas, I think it was Christmas Eve, and I got my Christmas miracle and I reached 50,000 subscribers. I was shocked because a couple weeks my husband's a charts and graphs kind of guy, so he always looks at my YouTube statistics and he tells me how well I'm doing. I look too, but he really can break it down and he looks at the trends and how well I did one month to the next, you know. So anyway, he was like, Liz, I think you're going to reach 50,000 by Christmas. I said, no way, get out of town. No, impossible. And Christmas Eve, yeah, that's right, it was Christmas Eve. We were sitting at the table and I guess my husband was watching. I was busy doing other stuff, but he's like, oh my gosh, you're one away from 50,000. I said, shut the front door. Get out of town. Are you kidding? He's like, no. So I went over and looked. He said, Liz, and he kept checking like every so many minutes because I think he was even more excited than me because I just didn't think it was going to happen. You guys are so sweet, so kind, so uplifting, so positive. And you guys make me want to keep making videos. So I owe it all to you guys. So thank you so much. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I appreciate it so very much. There I go talking too much. Sorry. Can't help myself. Anyway, let's get on to decorating. Now, I did mention in my last video that I was using my American Express reward points on Amazon, and we had a gazillion points. So I have been shopping, okay? I know there's people that they just hate it when I shop. It's like nails down a chalkboard to them. Oh well, you know, I'm sorry. Your girl loves to shop. By the way, those of us that love to shop, we are helping our economy. Don't forget that. We're keeping the stock market going up. So I have this idea for the mantle. I bought this beautiful mirror. I have been wanting this mirror for a year, but I have not bought it because I didn't want to spend the money. But because we had these free rewards points, I thought, oh, let's do it. Let's get it. It's free. So I'm going to show it to you. I may not use it up there, but I might. Let's try it. So here's the mirror. I just pulled it out of the box, and let me just show you real quick. This is a shutter mirror, and oh, it's sort of heavy. Let me put it down and take the stuff off of it, and I'll show you a close-up. I don't like it. I would like it shut, the shutter shut, but because of the scale of this mantle, I would probably opt for 2 of those mirrors with the shutters closed. And I think it would look pretty, but we're gonna do something a little different. probably using some of the stuff I used last time. Stay tuned. What I'm going to do is repeat what I did at Christmas, but slightly different just because I love it. Why change it, right? I'm going to put this mirror up there with the two arched Gothic windows. Now, if you didn't notice, I have an extension cord plugged in right behind that mirror, and that is where I'm gonna install my lantern with that light. Stay tuned, that'll be coming up in a few minutes. On either side of the mirror are going to go these two Gothic windows. I found these on Etsy, and if I can find them, I'll link them. Last time I had a hard time finding them, so. Anyway, I like these because it draws your eyes up, and I like the darker contrast once I get it up there. So what I did was I pulled the extension cord down to that end so I could plug in my lantern. And then you can see my mirror there, and I kind of I took those little windows and I snugged them just ever so gently behind the mirror. Let's decorate now. On Wednesday, I mentioned that I found this Homestead sign at Tractor Supply. I'm gonna put it right here. It's gonna look a little odd, but stick with me. It's gonna get better, promise. Oh boy, it's raining, raining, raining. So it's awfully dark in the house due to the rain, so I'm hoping you can see what I've got going on here, but I think it's cute. Okay, so on this corner here, I'm gonna keep it real simple. I have this clock, and I got this at, I believe, Hobby Lobby years and years ago. I just watched At Home with Sheila. She hauled this very clock, but in white, and it's chippy and beautiful. So if you like this clock, run to Hobby Lobby because they obviously have different ones, but I got this one years ago. But I like it because it looks kind of coppery, and so does that. So I want to show you what I did. I went and got a plate holder. I initially thought, oh, maybe it'll fit into the plate holder. No such luck. You can see it's much wider than that part, but that's okay. This is going to serve two purposes. It allowed me to elevate the clock, which is what I wanted to do because I'm going to want it to balance out sort of what's going over there. It's not going to be perfect, but I wanted it to be similar in height. And I'm going to add some greenery right there, so I don't want to hide the clock because I want to be able to see what time it is. And when I step back, this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to go and plug in that lamp that I'm putting inside a lantern. Both of those items you're going to see are from At Home, so if you like them, you can run there, or I will try to link similar items in my Amazon store. And I'll link that in the description box below in case you're interested. I shared this on Wednesday's video. I got this at Home. It's a large open lantern, no glass, which is awesome. And then I found this light at Home. And I'll be honest, I have so many LED flameless flickering candles around my house. I'm constantly buying batteries. I just am. And so this is why I came up with that idea, is because I didn't want to, first of all, buy a huge candle because they're very expensive. So I thought having a lamp that kind of mimics a hurricane, candle vase kind of a thing would be the cheaper route to go. Plus, I could leave the light on as often as I would like, and I don't have to worry about batteries. So what I'm going to do is take this And like I said, you have to maneuver it just a little bit, but it does fit in here perfectly. Hold on. So here we go. It is sitting in here, and then out the back is the cord, which I'm going to plug into the extension cord right there. Stay tuned. Again, sorry for the lighting, it's a dark day, but anyway, it's plugged in, the cords are concealed, and now I'm gonna add some greenery. Holy smokes, this fire is, I feel like I'm melting. Anyway, I've got 2 of these beautiful garlands. I got these at Hobby Lobby. They're normally $39.99. Always get them when they're 50% off because then it's much more affordable. But I'm just gonna loosely kind of lay it from here over. So I hope you can see what I did. I kind of just weaved it in a little bit into the Gothic window, kind of draped it in through the side of the lantern and over. And I'm going to do the same thing on that side. I took the clock off and I'm kind of just weaving this over this. So it kind of conceals it. I hope that makes sense. And then I'm taking my clock and I'm going to put it right back up. So what I did was I had the greenery kind of cascading off both sides. The lantern, the metal in the lantern mimics the metal in the mirror. The coppery clock mimics the coppery Homestead sign. And like I said, the Gothic windows kind of pull your eye up. And anyway, I think it's cute. And then that adds an element of light. Next, I'm gonna add some more greenery, just to give it a little pop. Okay, you know, we're still in winter and I want it to still mimic and have a wintry feel. So I'm going to add these pine cones and berries to it, and we'll see where I go with this. I just feel like it needs a little pop of color up there, and I thought this might be a great way to achieve that look. Okay, I hope you guys are able to see the little pops of color, the pine cones and the twigs. I really think it gives it a more natural look, but because it's winter, I think I'm gonna go in with a few sprigs of winter greens to give it a more authentic look, and then we're gonna be done. Okay, so I love curly willow branches. I love adding them to my displays, but let's just face it, they are rather messy. So I went on Amazon and I typed in wire branches, and they came in the mail yesterday. They come in a little bag like this. Hold on. So when you get them out of the bag, you will have to, you know, play with these. But check it out, I love these. So when you do your displays, it allows you to stick them in ever so gently and bend them into place. And because it's winter, I thought this might add a really pretty look up there. Just a few, you know, sticking kind of haphazardly all over the place. So let me show you what we have here. So I have mixed greeneries, and then I've got those picks with the berries and the pine cones. And you can see right here, I have just stuck one of those bendable wire branches into place. And I'm gonna add a few more here, and over there. So this is how it looks currently, and I'm hoping you guys can see the branches in there. They're not real thick branches, but they do the trick. And I think it looks really pretty. Now, if I can find some big pine cones, like huge ones, I'd probably put 3 up there, maybe 1 there, maybe 2 here. And I think that would look really cute. Now to finish the hearth, I'm gonna add my 2 topiaries, 1 there and 1 there, and we will be done. Now I do need to mention, I have another Edison light on order, lower wattage, so that won't be so bright, but you can kind of get an idea of how my winter mantle looks. I think it looks really cute. It doesn't have a lot of color. I personally like more color, but we have enough to make it feel wintry without it feeling Christmassy. And now I've got 2 of these I'm gonna put down below. All right guys, here's my after Christmas winter mantle. Guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy New Year, and I will see you next week. Mwah! Bye guys.